Hello, this is a question involving bearings in a 90-degree triangle. Okay, they are telling you that you got two boats, A and B. They are sailing. Boat A is 145 meters due north. Okay, now if we have the word due north, then it means directly north. If they say north of can be any position around here. Okay, so please remember that due north refers to a direct 90-degree angle. Okay, so A is due north, 145 meters due north of S, and then boat B is due east. Okay, so directly east of buoy S. The boats are 320 meters apart, so this distance is 320 meters. Calculate the distance SB, the distance SB. Okay, now we need to go back and refresh our minds on 90-degree triangles. Remember, in 90-degree triangles, we think of two possibilities. We think of Pythagoras and we think of Socator, okay, which is the trigonometry. Remember, Pythagoras is about 3 sides, Socator is about 2 sides and one of the acute angles. So in this case, we have got 2 sides, the third side is asked, so we are going to use Pythagoras. All right, which then is the one side squared plus the other short side squared equals the hypotenuse squared. All right, so the formula I taught you is hypotenuse squared equals side squared plus side squared. Okay, and because this one is the hypotenuse, remember you must actually identify that, then that gives me one side and that gives me the other side. I can just simply substitute the 320 on that side. I can substitute the 145 on that side, and then I must take over the S. So that's why it becomes minus. So let me just redo that. I could have had 320 squared on one side, then 145 squared on the other side, plus S squared. And then you would take over the 145 squared by the opposite operation, which is then minus. So that would give me this. Then thereafter I take the square root and my distance would be given as 285. So write in your information, 285. Okay, then question B asks the bearing of B from A. Now remember, from A, that's where I must draw my north line. Okay, the letter after from is where you draw your north line. So that is A, that is B, meaning my journey line is this one. Okay, then I take my pencil, or in this case my red pen, I put it on the north line and I go clockwise until I meet the journey line. This is the angle that you must find. Okay, now this is a bit difficult because nothing is given, but because we know we can get the interior angles here, all right, with Socator, because we've got the length of the, we are going to use then the Socator. Okay, so let's calculate this angle, because if we have that one, then we can calculate that one, isn't it? Because this is a straight angle, it's 180 degrees. So then we start identifying again. This is the hypotenuse. Then remember, I taught you to draw the, or color the lines that make up the angle. Then this one becomes the adjacent and this one becomes the opposite. All right, and if we write Socator, we have A and H, which means we are going to use cos of, I made that angle X, is the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. So it is the 145 divided by the 320. And then remember, we're going to press second function cos, which then gives me an angle of 63.1 degrees. So this is 63.1 degrees. All right. And then how do you get the red one? The one that is really asked. You just simply subtract 63.1 from 180. Okay. 180 minus 63.1, which gives me 116.9 degrees. Right. Then the last question asks you for the bearing of A from B. So again, people, B is where I must draw my north line. So in my drawing, this is where my north line will be. And then I'm going clockwise all the way around until I meet the journey line. Okay? Until I meet the journey line. So this is the bearing that is being asked. Okay, now remember we need to know our alternate angles and we need our co-interior angles. If this angle is 63.1, then that one is alternate, so that's also 63.1 degrees. Meaning to calculate the red angle here, the bearing that's being asked, we are going to walk all the way around is 360, okay? And then we will walk back how much? Backwards, meaning subtract 63.1. So 360 minus 63.1 gives you 296.9 degrees. Okay, I hope you understand it. Otherwise, just watch the video again.